Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a while. I disappeared from this app for a minute, but I'm officially back. So let's get right into the video. Today's video is a bit personal to me. I'm going to speak of my personal experience. It's actually something that is quite personal to me and it's quite dear to my heart because anyway, let's just get into it. So today we are going to talk about why it's important to love your partner in their love language, not yours. We have like 5 love languages, and every person is different. Every person has their own language. By love language, I mean they have there's just a way that they want to be loved. Let me just put it like that. There's a way that they want to be loved, and if you love them any other way, they're going to feel like you don't love them, you don't value them. And this is something that is actually, I'm speaking from my personal experience. So the 5 love languages that are known, I'm not saying that these are the only ones, but these are the ones that are known. Receiving gifts, words of affirmation, physical touch, quality time, and acts of service. These are the 5 most known ones. So there are people that, acts of service, there are people that like, as in they want you to do things for them. They want you to cook for them. They want you to help them clean their shoes, or they just want you, they just like it when you do stuff for them. That's acts of service. Receiving gifts, that's quite self-explanatory. These are people that enjoy receiving things. They enjoy receiving random things. You went outside, you saw a pair of shoes and you feel like they would like it, you get it for them. Those are people that enjoy receiving gifts. And most people that I've met that enjoy receiving gifts are actually gift givers themselves, because it's quite unfair for you to like receiving gifts but you don't give. That's selfishness in my opinion. The other one is quality time. There are people that, regardless of how much you give them, regardless of, even if you buy the whole world for them, if you do not spend time with them, they don't feel like you love them enough. That is quality time. The other one is physical touch. Physical touch. There are people that just like cuddling, or as in physical touch. I feel like it's physical touch. It's just physical touch. The other one is I've forgotten it. What's the other one? I've said gift receiving. Okay, the other one is words of affirmation. Words of affirmation. There are people that want you to tell them that they are fine, that they are doing well, that they are beautiful, or they're handsome, or you just tell them words that make them feel, positive words. You tell them positive words. That's the only way that they will feel like you value and love them. So I made this mistake of, like, as in not putting into consideration the other person's love language. Me, I will just express my love however I know, how I know. I'll not like think much about what you like or what will work for you or such stuff. And for the longest time, it has affected me. In my relationships, it has affected me. And by the way, I'm not going to speak about my past relationships because they are irrelevant at this point. So if you know me, if you know me personally, I have a smart mouth. I talk back. I question everything. I say whatever is on whatever comes to my mind. Like, I don't put too much thought into it. I don't usually know how to, like, I say how I feel, what I think. And this thing has cost me, it has brought me problems, even in my work, as in I remember the place where I used to work before. I used to get in trouble sometimes because I used to just speak it as it is. If something bothers me, it bothers me. Like, I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm just going to speak. That is how I am by nature. But, to a certain extent, if you decide to be in a relationship or a friendship, but right now we're speaking about relationships. If you decide to be in a relationship, you're not in that relationship alone. So it's unfair for you to just decide that is just how I am. I'm not changing anything. That's just how I am. It's just take it as it is. So for the longest time, I was like, that's how I am. Me, I will talk. I will say whatever comes to my mind. I will just say it out the way it is. But little. So I used to be like, that's just how I am. I'm going to say it as it is. I'm going to speak whatever comes to my mind. I'm going to, and it affected me for a while because now I was dealing with a man who, as in, wait. So for the longest time, I continued to be that person who just speaks it as it is. Whatever comes to my mind, I'm going to say it. I'm not going to put too much thought into it. So I continued like that for a while, and it used to cause problems for me in my current relationship because I was dealing with a man who he has not been brought up to take disrespect. If you've experienced, or if you have interacted with a Nigerian man, especially Igbos, an Igbo man, you will know that they will take anything. They will take anything, but they will not tolerate disrespect. That is a conversation that they're not willing to have. That's something that they're not willing to. What is it? Good boy. That's something that they're not willing to compromise on. They do not take disrespect. So for the longest time, I used to just say it as it is. I just used to be myself. I used to behave the way like it was, and it used to cause me problems. Thank you, baby. Yeah. It used to cause me problems because, like, if he senses a little bit of disrespect from my tone or from my words or from the way I'm going to address him, he's not going to take it very well. It's going to lead into a very big argument, or it's just going to cause problems for us. So he used to tell me, like, please be mindful of how you talk to me. Every time we had a fight, every time we had an argument, it was always about, I don't like how you talk to me. I don't like how you address me. Just watch how you talk to me, watch how you address me. And I used to ignore it. But there's this one time I decided, you know what, most of the problems, most of the time, things escalate more than they should because of my tone. Because me, if you know me, you know. Once I'm mad, when I get mad, disrespect, as in respect, goes out the window. I will not care how you feel. I will not care about your emotions or anything. I am mad, as in that is it. But for the sake of peace, I had to have a conversation with myself and say, this man is big on respect. That's the thing that he values most. He values it more than anything else. I think it's the way that they've been brought up. Actually, in their culture, in most cases, if you disrespect your man, if you disrespect the man you're living in the house with, they're not supposed to eat your food. They're not supposed to sleep with you in the same bed until you, let me say, appease the gods. As in, there's a certain thing you're supposed to do. There's a procedure for making corrections once you disrespect the man that you're living in the house with. If your man is providing for you, you are meant to respect him. You're supposed to, like, treat him as the man. Like, that is their culture. And so, as I was saying before my son interrupted me, in Igbo culture, if your woman disrespects you, the woman that you're living with, if they disrespect you, you are not supposed to eat their food or sleep with them in the same bed, because they believe that that if you eat food from a woman that disrespects you, you will die. Apparently, some people have died. I don't know. I don't want to get too much into it, but before then, you're supposed to apologize to that man. And now, as in people that do it, like people that are deep into it, they're supposed to give. I think it's a goat and ogogro. Ogogro is drink, alcohol. Ogogro and cola nuts and some stuff. I've forgotten. I'm not too much into it, but basically there are things that you're supposed to give, as in, and ask for forgiveness before he can eat your food and before he can share a bed with you. Yeah. So I actually got into, I had a conversation at some point with some girl. She used to talk to me about and tell me things about their culture in terms of respect, as far as respect goes. Apparently, Igbo women are quite submissive, and they don't exchange words with their husbands, apparently. So this man met a Kenyan, a Luo girl to be specific. And you know, we do not swallow our words. We do not swallow our words. That is not in us. That is, but for the sake of peace, I had to, you know, because if you're with someone who's from a different culture, you know, you have to at least consider the fact that they are from a different culture, especially if you're with someone who upholds their culture. You know, there are men that uphold their culture. Like, there are things that they genuinely believe. It's not that they're traditional men, but they believe in some stuff. You have to acknowledge that, and you have to consider that. So, as in, the only thing that he was asking from me every time was, be mindful of how you speak to me. Be mindful of how you address me. Be mindful of your tone. Be mindful of your words every time. So one time I just decided, you know what? I'm tired of the arguments. I'm tired of everything getting out of hand every time that we have a small argument because of my words. So I will try. I decided, okay, let me just do it as an experiment. Let me try and swallow and like bite my tongue. Let me try and swallow my words every time that I'm pissed off. I used to just tell him, you know, I didn't like the way you did this. I didn't like the way you said this. I did not like this. I used to like consider how I express myself. And if I tell you the peace that I have been enjoying ever since, as in, I cannot even express how much peace that has brought. No more fights, no more arguments, no more things getting out of control, no more, you know, that back and forth. It all reduced. Actually, it disappeared, because I realized that ever since I started thinking about how I express myself, anytime I want to say something, or anytime I want to ask for something, or anytime I am not happy about something, the way I express myself, he is going to change immediately. Like, if I don't like something, and the way I've packaged it, the way I've spoken to him with respect. I've spoken to him calmly. I've not raised my voice. I've not cussed him out. I've not used curse words. I don't even have to say it twice. I realized that it actually worked out, because the only thing he has ever been asking from me is respect, and like, be mindful of how I speak to him. Ever since I started, like, he does not ask for anything else, like nothing else. I am just so grateful that I made the decision to just like be mindful of how I speak, of my tone and all. Ever since I made that decision, believe me when I say, things have been smooth, like no arguments, no nothing. If I want something, he's going to get it for me. He is honestly, he's going to try as much as he can to get me what I want. And I love that, and I appreciate that genuinely, because it's something that you see, as in, it's a shift. It was actually a shift, and I love it, because it shifted like this. Right now, I don't have to ask for something twice. And if he's in the position to, he's going to get it for me. Even if he's not in the position to, he's going to try as much as he can to impress me and make me happy. Because I also made the effort to make him happy by, you know, giving him the one thing that he has always asked for, and that is respect. And respect is not something that people should ask for, by the way. I was wrong for the times that I used to cuss him out or talk to him any kind of way, because I believe that respect means a lot. Respect means a lot. And in their culture, they actually believe that respect is more valuable than anything. It's more valuable than love. It's more valuable than anything. Like, respect comes first. To them, they usually call it see finish. They call disrespect see finish. They say things like, oh, that is, I cannot take see finish. That is see finish. You see me finish. By that, they mean like you're disrespecting them, or you're disrespecting them, basically. So I feel like it's important for you to consider like what the other person wants, and it's going to make a big difference for you. Some people, they just want the house to be clean, but you're there buying them gifts. You're there doing every other thing, but all they want is just the house to be clean. All they want is for you to help them clean their shoes or just something. Be mindful of what your partner's love language is and cater to them as per their love language, not your own. There are people that just want you to spend time with them. Just be there with them, enjoy each other's company, cuddle and all. And you're there sending them hundreds of thousands, they will not feel the love. And if you're in a relationship where you feel like your partner is not loving you the way you're supposed to, the way you want to, the way you want to, I feel like expressing yourself and talking to them about it is going to make all the difference. Because if you're dating someone who is as insane minded, if you're dating someone who has the right head above their shoulders, they're going to put it into consideration. They're going to be like, okay, well, this person is big on this, so they're going to try as much as they can to cater to you in terms of, what you want. And I am not saying that you're supposed to worship someone or you're supposed to kiss someone's. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, try as much as you can. In relationships comes with a lot of compromise, a lot of it, and it's from both sides, not just one. Try as much as you can to compromise, to be able to, because they're also going to make compromises for you. So it's selfish for you to say, this is who I am, you should love me the way I am. No, I feel like if it's about your behavior and it's something that you can change, if there's something, if something that you can make changes on, I feel like it's only fair, if you want that relationship to work, for you to do it. So I feel like I've covered most of it. So thank you so much for sticking around for this video, and I am going to see you soon for my next one. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Mwah.